Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in. We are going to kick off a corrupted gauntlet run, hopefully a few runs in just a minute here. We just dropped off all of our stuff at the bank. You guys probably know you can't take anything with you into the gauntlet. No gear, no food, no anything. Except your courage. Your courage can come. But let's run down into the portal, we'll get started. Really hoping today will be a special day in a few ways. We are at 9 followers right now, so hopefully we'll get to the magic number 10 today. I really want to get to at least 50 after a few weeks of streaming here, but you got to start somewhere, right? So thank you guys for all of your support. Alright, hopefully we'll learn a little something here today. Get some good seed spawns and all that so we can get all the gear we need for the fights, but let's dive right in so we get some kills and hopefully get that special pet drop we've been chasing. Let's go. In case you haven't seen this before or haven't played it before, there's going to be a set of items we have to collect before we can start the boss fight for each of these final boss interactions. We're going to need some, the weapon frame here. Hopefully we'll get one from this rat. And then for all the other colored things on my screen, we're going to need a bunch of those as well. There's 7 pieces of bark, there's 7 of these white flowers, there's 7 ores, so you'll see me going looking for different things along the way. And we've only got about 7 minutes to collect everything each time, so we really don't have any time to waste. This red thing here is the ore that we need. And I mentioned a weapon frame, that's because we want to make a bow as soon as we can here. We need to find some of the other smaller creatures that drop it. They're actually going to be in this next room to my left. So let's see if we can get one from there, and then we'll be in a good spot. If you don't get one randomly from the first 2 smaller monsters here, by the time you fight the 3rd one, it will definitely drop it. So right there I knew it was coming. We're gonna cook up some of these fish, and then we'll drop them on the ground for later. We still need a few different types of ingredients, so we're going to want to leave some stuff behind, and then we'll come back for it before we start the final fight. We still need a bunch of tree bark amongst other things, so keep your eye out for a green background item here. It looks like a green tree and it's going to be highlighted on my screen. We're hoping to find one of those. Hey Aboda, what's going on? Thanks for joining. Aboda, I just put out a plea for help. I've got 9 followers so far. I'm hoping for 10 today. You could be the one. It's in your hands. Either way, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. Aboda, have you ever run the Gauntlet before? Let me know in the chat if this is something you're familiar with. Ah, you follow, man. So cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's sick. What a great way to start the stream. still quite a few pieces of, well, I guess pieces of the ore and then other gear and stuff that we need before we could start the fight, so I'm just running around trying to collect all that. We still haven't come across any of that tree bark I was talking about, so that's kind of the watch item right now. And again, we only have 7 minutes to collect all of our stuff. About it, this is old school RuneScape, and it's a mini game called the Corrupted Gauntlet. You only have 7 minutes to collect about 30 or so different types of inventory items, so you can craft your own gear and be ready for a final boss fight. If I don't do this in time, we won't be able to fight at all, really, so it's a little bit intense here. It's not looking too hot, guys. I'm actually... We're going to try to do the fight, but I really don't expect anything good because we're not going to have full tier gear with us. We haven't even found one of the demi-bosses yet, so it's not a very good chance that we're going to be able to beat this one. Let's not give up, though. We've only got about 1 minute and 25 seconds left to find 2 demi-bosses, make all of our gear, and a few other things, so let's see if we can at least find 1 demi-boss so we've got a fighting chance in the final fight. Yeah, this is just a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, stick around, Aboda. I don't think we're going to get to the boss this time. It's just not a very lucky drop for us here. But we're going to try again right after this, so if you want to hang out for a few minutes, that would be awesome. This bear is one of the things we were looking for, but there's also a dragon, and then there's a range boss that I really wanted to find, and we didn't come across them, so... Official Moral, thanks so much for joining. Thanks for the follow as well. That's great. We already got 2 follows today, guys. Thanks so much. This is going to throw us into the fight in about 4 seconds here, so we're just going to hope for the best. We are not going to beat this thing, but at least you guys will be able to see how the fight plays out, and then the next time hopefully we'll have some better luck. Here we go. Aboda, this is the final boss here. It's going to attack me 4 times and then switch its attack type, so that I'm going to have to switch my prayer type as well. You can see it's using magic right now. That's number 2. This is number 3. And after this 4th attack, I'm going to have to switch again. So that's pretty much the gist of the fight, is we're going to keep going back and forth. And then hopefully if we had all of our weapons, we would be able to take them down. You could see right there I didn't have a mage weapon to attack him with, so... That's my friend. Oh, cool. Oh, Official Moral and Aboda, you guys are friends? That's sick. That's so cool. If you want to drop the name there, it looks like you guys made a game. Let me know what it's called so I can look it up after this, okay? That's so cool. I'm going to go in and start a new round of the Gauntlet, but let me know the name of the game you want me to play, and then I'm also curious how long it took for you guys to make that. I've never even attempted such a thing, so I'm curious about the time investment there. 7 months. That's awesome. Definitely, I'd love to see the demo. Let's check it out. That's what the community's all about, right? You guys support me, I'll support you. Good stuff. Let me grab some of these fish here, we'll get them cooked, and then we'll throw them back in our base, and we'll find the other items we need here. Alright, so this is good. At least once we make it to the final boss this time, we've already got quite a bit of fish ready. So right now I'm going to worry more about finding the stuff we need for our attack weapons, so we've got a fighting chance in the fight. We'll take out these 3 little creatures here. We've got 2 spiders and a bat. One of them is going to drop that weapon frame we were looking for. There we go. There's those trees we couldn't seem to find last time. Yeah, Boda, this is a good time. There's a pretty steep learning curve here, because this is really different content from most of RuneScape, in the sense that you're not walking into the fight with the gear you purchased. We're really going to be creating every single thing that we need for the fight while we're in here. So it's an interesting concept. I just created some vials and then my bow, which we're going to use, at least the vials, for some stamina potions. We do a lot of running around in the final fight, so that kind of counts as a stamina plus like prayer boost. Okay, here's the ranged guy we were looking for last time. When we beat him, we're going to get this bowstring, which helps us upgrade the bow that I just made. That's going to put the odds a lot more in our favor for the final fight. So it's good that we're getting this one out of the way. Next we're going to hope we run into the dragon, and we're going to use the drop from him to make a magic staff. We're just going to ignore that scorpion and the horse for now, or the unicorn. Coming across a lot of the stuff that we need. I'm going to grab one more of those white flowers and then we're done with that. We had enough tree bark, so I've already dropped my hatchet that we were carrying around so we could free up some inventory space. But overall, we're in much better shape than we were last time. Okay, here's another range boss, which is fine, because since we've already gotten that bowstring from him when we killed him the first time, he's going to drop something different this time. It's either going to be the part that we need for our magic staff, or it might be the part that we need for a melee weapon, which I don't really use. It actually was the melee weapon one, so I'm going to grind that down to get some extra corrupted shards. For me personally, I like using the range weapon and then the mage weapon in the final fight. Okay, and that's all the ore we needed. Right now we're just looking for the dragon and then we'll be set. We've got about 2 minutes to find him, kill him, and then make everything that we need for the fight, so hopefully we get lucky here. I'm just checking out all the different rooms here to see if we can find him. Okay, here's the bear, but that's okay too. Since we already got that spike from the other monster, this bear is definitely going to drop the orb that we need. So it's as good as finding the dragon at this point. We've got 1 minute and 5 seconds left. We got pretty much everything we need, so now I'm just going to cook these final fish. We're going to craft our armor, and then we're going to start the fight. So far, so good, guys. Again, for those of you who just joined, it looks like we just crossed the 10 follower number, but still looking for more, so if you wouldn't mind liking the video and following my page, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. We're just gonna pick up all these fish that we cooked and dropped, and then we're going in. Alright. Good luck us. Here we go. See, he starts off with 1,000 health, so it's gonna be a minute until we're done here. Whenever those little magical orb things pop up, we have to try to run away from those before they hit us, or else they do a ton of lightning damage. That's why I was running across the map like a lunatic there. Hey Sammy, thanks for joining. Thanks so much. Wishing us good luck. Luckily we made it to the final fight. We were not so lucky the first time. Oops. I didn't refill my prayer there. That's my bad. I wasn't watching close enough. Misclick it a little bit here. Doing too much talking and not paying attention to the attack count enough, but we'll get there. about halfway dead here. I am running low on food, which is my own fault, but at least you guys are seeing some good action. It's in the air as to whether we'll be able to beat him, but we gave it a good crack, right? At least he knows we're not messing around anymore. He's got about 300 health left, so we're getting pretty close. He's under 200 health, even better. Might pull this one off, I'm not sure. It's going to be right down to the wire. There it is. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I thought we got him. Perfect. That's a good one for the stream. Guys, thanks for your support here. Awesome to have such a cool team here. Let's check out what our loot drop was. We got, what is that, about 200k? A bunch of coins, some different loot and whatnot, so that's a pretty good use of 10 minutes right there. I'm glad we were able to get a win for the team. Let's see if we can roll through another one here, okay? Thanks for sticking around. We're still chasing that pet. We've got 383 kills so far. No pet. So this might be the one. We'll kill these other bats in here. Aboda, I won't be able to jump just yet, but I will try out your game. Thanks again for plugging that. I'm going to run through a few more Gauntlet rounds here. We're going to collect our tree bark. Oh, there's the dragon we were looking for the other times. We're going to come back for him because we don't even have our bow yet. So we'll just go back to collecting some of the other supplies we need. Just make a mental note of which room that dragon is in. Okay, so I'm going to drop my pickaxe and my other axe on the floor. We have enough of those items now. We won't need those tools anymore, so that's going to free up some inventory space. I was hoping we'd be able to find some of those white flowers, so that way we could get some of our armor crafting out of the way. But it looks like we're not going to be that lucky. Alright, let's run this fish back and our other stuff, and then we'll go take care of that dragon. That last boss fight got a little bit more intense than I prefer. I was taking a lot of hits at the beginning of that one. I'm glad we pulled it off though. Let's go find our dragon friend here. Oh, there's the ranger. That was a surprise that I wasn't ready for. I would have equipped my protect from range prayer. We took a 37 hit walking into that, but at least we found the guy, one of the guys we were looking for, so that's cool. Alright, let's go take care of the dragon. I'll give you guys a good look at him there. So we still need as many fish as we can find. We need 7 of those white flowers, and then we're going to take the orb from this dragon after we kill him. That's going to complete our magic weapon. We've still got about 3 minutes to complete all that, so it's not the worst situation we've been in. Alright, there's some of those white things we've been looking for. It looks like all 7 of them are going to be in this room. So that's a pretty lucky find there. There's number 4. We'll just grab the last 3 from this final one. Okay, and now we just need some corrupted shards and all the fish we can find, and we're going to be good to start that fight. We could kill this bear. We don't really need to, but we know we'll get a lot of shards from him and from the spike that he drops, so we might as well take him out since we happen to stumble onto him. Alright. Okay, perfect. There's the fish we were hoping for. I'm just gonna load up our inventory here. Now we'll tele back to our base. We've got 55 seconds right now. The race is on. Hopefully we can pick all this stuff up quick enough. We're down to 30 seconds. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Okay, we did it. We got all of our stuff here. Now I'm just going to pick up these paddlefish. We're down to 8 seconds. Perfectly executed. Let's take this boss out. Okay, he's at about 75% health now. Now we're doing some more damage. We were in like a dry spell for a minute there. Oops. It's using the wrong weapon. Makes sense for that one why we're not doing damage. He's at about 50% health now. Progress is progress, right? Okay, he's down to 25% health. Who thinks we're gonna pull this off again? Anybody? I do. Sometimes it's better when all those tornado things are chasing you. Instead of worrying so much about attacking Hunllef, just try to get yourself to a safer spot before the tornadoes catch up. Because if all 4 of those hit us at once, we're as good as dead there. We pulled that one off, guys. Oh, yes. This could be it. The pet drop? Dare I say? Nope, not the pet drop. But another 180-ish K, so another good investment of 10 minutes there. Folks, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and following my page, I would greatly appreciate that. We're still hovering at about 10 followers, and you know, we might have breached that today, so the next goal will be 50, so every single one of those follows is going to help here. Let's deposit the loot we just got, and we'll dive in for another round, okay? Actually, before I do, in case you guys haven't played this before, I kind of assume some of you have, you can start off trying the Gauntlet in more of a blue version. It's just called like the standard or the normal Gauntlet. If I were to left click on enter the Gauntlet here, it would automatically start up that more standard version. The version we're doing is actually a more complicated like challenge mode, where you need to right click on it and click enter the corrupted Gauntlet. And that's what turns the entire arena red, and every single thing within that fight is a bit more challenging. You've got less time to gather your supplies. The boss fight at the end, they've got more hit points and all that, so hopefully it'll all pay off for us. We'll keep making some good money. And best of all would be the pet drop. Let's do it. That would be amazing if we persevered through a few rough rounds of this and then got that, I'm tempted to say purple, but got that pet at the tail end of it. That'd be so cool. Alright, here's some of those white things we've been looking for each round that always seem to evade us. We'll grab some tree bark. And this is good though, because now we have all of the 3 ingredients we need to make some first tier armor. So when I go back, we're going to get that out of the way, and there won't be such a crunch for time at the end. Drop my hatchet. Okay, there's the range boss. This one's already looking a million times better than the last round. Let's grab these fish and then we'll go empty our inventory. Yeah, every spawn is different here. You know, each time you enter the corrupted gauntlet, all the rooms are going to be different from the time you were there last, so sometimes things just fall into your lap and it's a pretty easy fight. Sometimes you just can't find what you're looking for. So, it is what it is. At least it only takes about 7 minutes, and then if you don't make what you wanted to do, you just try it again. Okay. So we've got some armor taken care of. I want to go in and kill these guys quick so we can make our ranged weapon. We're going to make a first tier bow. And then we'll go back and we'll kill that ranger that we saw a minute ago. I see some new folks in the chat here. If you wouldn't mind liking my video and following my page. We just breached 10 followers this morning, so the next goal in my sights is 50. If you guys could help make that happen, it'd be much appreciated. Thanks so much. Okay, so let's drop the rest of this stuff here. Let's go get our ranger. I'm gonna go the long way so that way I can see what's in this room as well. He's like, surprise, it's a scorpion. Tried to behead me as I walked in there. I kind of wish you'd leave me alone here. Let's peek in this room. We do need some fish. We might as well grab this while we're here. We're still looking for the orb from the dragon. And then we need one more of those white flower things. Guess we can take this bear out while we're here. We'll at least be able to crush the spike he gives us for some more of the corrupted shard things that we need, so not a total waste of time here. We've got about 2.5 minutes left right now. We're doing decent. Perfect. There's the flower we need. I keep calling it a flower. I don't really know if it's a flower, but that's what I think of when I look at it. We actually need both of these herbs, so I'm going to pluck those while we're here. So we've got about 1.5 minutes. We're still looking for any demi-boss, really, because we killed the other two already anyway. So as long as we find a demi-boss, it's going to drop the orb we need. And we are not finding one. Of course we're not. There he is. Alright, finally. We've got about 1 minute, 5 seconds to take this guy down. We'll telly back. We're gonna make some gear. We're gonna freak out for about 4 seconds, and then we're gonna go in and fight the boss. Down to 45 seconds. It's going to be another tight one, guys. But I think we can at least get our gear made and get some fish cooked, so we'll have a fighting chance at it. Alright, there he goes. Let's telly back. Sorry, let's go cook these. We are down to 20 seconds again. This is wild. Well, we got our gear made. We don't have much food though. Let's give it a shot. We only have about 7 fish on us, so there's no room for error here. doing bad so far. I just hope we can survive long enough, obviously, to take him out. Reminder that he does shoot through our prayers, so even if we do everything perfect, we're still losing health here. So that's the downside of this. He's down to about 50% health. Sorry for being a little bit quiet here. This is really an intense moment, so I'm trying to make sure I don't lose my count of everything. We have 2 fish left. We have 1 fish left. Boy. He's got 31 health left. 2 health left, and we have no food. Boom. We have emerged victorious. Awesome. Just in time for our pet drop. Great. Let's check it out. Alright. 50K. All that sweat for 50K. But hey, we had a good time, right? Guys, thanks so much for hanging out again today. I appreciate you liking the video. I got some follows here throughout the stream, and you know, we put out some good content with hopefully some stuff you guys learned. So appreciate you being here. I'll catch you next time.